there we go.
Disregard the date.
Oh, I look so much cuter on Zoom than I do on Instagram. I must have a really good filter. I have a really good filter
On Zoom?
On Zoom, yeah, that I don't know how to do on. Yeah, look, my skin looks good. I need to do everything in Zoom.
Awesome.
How are you?
I am okay.
What's up?
Getting my yeah. So like good news first. Weight loss is going awesome.
Good.
I am like a couple ounces away from 60 pounds
Nice.
lost.
60 pounds lost since you've been working with Cheryl?
Yes.
Good.
And I didn't say it last week, but wearing the XX hoodie at Rogue made me feel like a champion.
Super cool. Yeah.
Now I just got to get one of those cool blue ones that you have.
Oh,
on
this
right
one?
now.
Yeah. These are cool. Yeah. Well, when you come to Delaware. When are we doing that anyway? Do you think?
So the 4th doesn't work. That's like the one weekend I have something planned.
Okay. All right. That's not a problem. We'll figure something out.
So yeah, I think that's why I was kind of slow playing it, because I'm waiting to hear from somebody else.
Okay. The only other option, well, it's not the only other option, but another option, if you want to do this sooner than later, and that's up to you. This is for anyone that's listening. This is Scott and Julie coming to Delaware to stay with the Shears for a weekend. I'm in that competition next week, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. I'm in a CrossFit competition on Saturday, which may or may not be fun for you to come and watch and hang out.
Is it the weekend before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that might be fun, might not be fun. I don't know. Like if you're traveling, that's what you always do anyways. Hang out at CrossFit.
That actually might be fun.
Yeah.
Because then I only have like a 3-day work week after before I'm off again for whatever.
So that weekend is free too, because obviously I don't have kids home from college and my dad's not here. So we have plenty of room for everybody to stay. And even like,
of course,
Jamie
I'd love
Charlie
to see you
come.
compete.
That'd be cool. Yeah. I mean, we decided, so funny story. We practiced this weekend. My teammates, Colleen, Chris, and Phil. And there's 3 of us are masters. I'm the oldest. Colleen's like 40. I think she's like almost my age. She's like maybe 47 or 48. And then Phil is early 40s. And then this beast, Chris Rohr, who is, I don't know, maybe 30, if that, but he's coming off of ACL surgery. So like we practice one of the workouts and it's like 52 wall balls and then like 2 dumbbells step up with step overs, one at a time, and hang cleans. And it's 35 and 50 on the dumbbells. And I did one round of that. And I looked at those guys and I was like, can we go scaled? And they were like, oh, maybe we can go scaled. And so we've decided that we're going scaled. This is a competition with a worm, which we've never used before, 4-person worm. And normally the 3 of us would do a master's division, right? We wouldn't do RX. We're going to get our asses handed to us in the RX division. Like we're not going to be competitive whatsoever, which is fine. And, we could do that and have fun, but we decided to go scaled. So now the pressure's on that, like, if we do scaled, technically we should do pretty well. I don't want to come out and say like, we're going to podium or anything, but the expectation is that we would do much better, obviously, if we scaled. So we're scaled. I feel much better about it.
And is this the Green Berets?
No, this is for the weekly fight. So
okay.
Have you heard of the weekly fight? Yeah, it's like Fight for Freedom, I think is the name of the competition, but it's benefiting the weekly fight.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited. It's in Middletown, right down the road from here. And it should be good.
Yeah, I'll check our calendar, see if she wants to travel. And
and if not, like I said, we can do it another week, but that would be a cool week. And I should have keys to my building by then.
Oh, so we haven't got into that yet. And here comes Amy.
Awesome.
So yeah, we'll wait on that for her.
Okay.
But I went back to the doctor and I thought, like, after I passed this one test, I got the actual procedure. No insurance needs a second test.
Of course.
So I have to do the nerve block a second time.
Shut up.
On Thursday. And then Murph's okay. We don't mind.
Yeah.
So I have to do the nerve block a second time, track all my pain levels like every hour for 48 hours after, and then insurance will move on to the procedure. But what sucked is every day after the nerve block, it goes away a little bit by a little bit by a little bit.
Sure.
So this week, like it has been rough. Been rough, but I'm making it through. Yeah. I recorded an episode with Cheryl for our Thursday thing today. And I've got this weird thing going on this week where I cooked food sounds disgusting to me right now.
Really?
Like all I want is fresh fruit and vegetables, salads. Like that's all I want to
craving.
Eat. No,
Like you're like a raw food, like a raw food craving instead of a
It's just a bizarre thing that I've never had happen to me in my life.
You're like, what is this?
Like we cannot keep apples in the house.
Love it. Not a bad craving to have.
Yeah.
So
I thought you were gonna say like me, frequently I will meal prep and then grab the Uncrustable, go out to eat, all that stuff. So
yeah,
it's a struggle. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I did Chad on Sunday. My calf, only one, is blown up.
Right or left?
Left.
Did you switch legs?
I totally did. It's from coming down, but I don't know. My left side's definitely weaker, so it must just be.
Do you still have the hip displacement on the one side?
Yeah,
okay.
The whole side is wonked.
I know you too well.
Did you ruck or did you use a vest or what?
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
All right. So I've done it before one time, and it was like Christmas Eve, and I wore just the vest. And so I did that. And I remember my calves hurting after that, but I was like, I'm going to be smarter this time. I'm going to ruck. So I'm going to put my weight vest in a backpack, which is 20 pounds, but it's supposed to be 35 for females.
Right.
So I add weight plates to it, my backpack, and I do 100 step-ups. And I was like, no way will I continue this. I am dying. It's pulling me back.
Yeah.
So I decide, okay, I'm going to wear the weight vest, but I'll keep the backpack on with the extra weight. And then I started that and I was like, nope, just the weight vest.
Just the weight vest. Yeah. I've done it twice. I may have only done it once, but same deal. Like my friends had backpacks with weights and I'm like, oh, I'll do that. The weight vest was way more comfortable. Like the ruck is a game changer for sure.
Totally.
Which is the way it's supposed to be done.
Sure.
Right? But I couldn't do it.
So I have a strategy that I do 25 step-ups on each corner.
Okay.
To break it up. So I'll go 25. And then when I get all the way around, that's 100. And that would be one round. So I just say, I'm going to do 10 rounds.
Well, that's a great way to do it. Yeah. That was the hardest part for Chad for me, I think, was just figuring out how to, wipe off the whiteboard and do whatever. And there was like 6 of us in the garage doing it too. So there were whiteboards everywhere. Yeah. Not
about 6 plyo boxes.
Yeah. I think some people did maybe shorter boxes, but yeah, I'm going to have 6 plyo boxes very soon because I just went to that the field in the middle of wherever. So I met a guy today.
This almost turned into a true crime podcast.
She knows what to do now.
I do. And it's because of you guys. So here, backstory, guys, there was a gym in Newark that closed about 8 months ago. And this guy basically liquidated the gym and put a bunch of stuff in storage. And he owns a gym in my town or in a town next to mine. And so hooked up with him on Facebook because he was selling some boxes and he's like, hey, are you opening up a gym? Do you need other things? I'm like, actually, I'm opening up a gym and yes, I need other things. So he's like, meet me in my storage unit. Here's the address. I'm going to be in a black truck. You park here. You can come in my truck and I'll take you through the gated whatever. So I was like, alarm bells are going off. So I sent you guys in our group chat, like a picture of me and like where I was going. And then I Google mapped, like satellited the location, and it's just an open field. There's like nothing there. So I figured it's probably like new construction, and it was totally fine. Like Amy's like, take a picture. I actually took a picture of his license plate as I was walking up to the car. Not that I sent it to anyone. It would have just been in my broken phone, in my bloody hands when he threw me into the creek. But, whatever. It seemed like a good idea at the time. But he was great. He's got a whole rig. I'm going to get my entire rig from him. Yeah. Boxes, kettlebells, medicine balls, a big ass fan, like a real actual fan that I've been wanting to get, that, he's selling to me for a fraction of the retail price. So I'm going to have boxes and things. Here's the best part. So I took the time to tell you guys where I was going to be and all that stuff. Well, I never mentioned anything to my husband that this is what I'm doing. And he's at work anyway. I get back into my car after looking at all this stuff, and Chris drives me back. Chris drives me back to my truck, and I look at my phone. I have a message from my husband, Chris, and it says, it's like, I don't know if I should be concerned or not, but according to Life 360, you're in the middle of a field right now. According to Life 360, you're standing in the middle of the field. And I was like, haha, yes. Funny story. What is wrong with me? I didn't know.
At least you told somebody. But
standing in a field.
Right. Yeah.
But that's why we should also have your Chris's phone number in case.
You should. That's true. You need him as my emergency contact. But
yes, we do.
Yeah. So I'm getting a shit ton of equipment.
So I think that's fast forwarding the story a little bit. So you have officially signed for?
I have not. So I've finally received the lease today. This is what I wanted to talk to everyone about. Because there's some weird things in the lease that I don't quite understand. Now, as I've mentioned to all of you, I think before, these people that I'm leasing from are a big old company that lease hundreds of buildings, right? The building that I'm moving into has been vacant for 4.5 years. They could give a shit about this property in terms of it being vacant or not vacant. You know what I mean? Like they're sort of whatever. If you want to rent it, that's great. If you don't want to rent it, we don't care. We'll leave it vacant. So negotiating with them is very difficult because they don't care. And so they're not going to jump through a lot of hoops to sort of give me what I want, because they could walk away at any point in time and just be like, you know what, it's too much of a hassle. I don't want to deal with you. So I'm trying to be, once I get in there, I'm going to be the model tenant. I'm going to pay my rent on time, and they're not going to hear from me. No one's going to complain. We're going to be great. But just in the meantime, I'm kind of like, well, what is, there's a big fissure in the cement, in the back. Like, can you patch that up? There's no heat in the warehouse space. Could you maybe put a heater in there? Those kinds of things. So we're negotiating back and forth, but there's just this weird language in the lease about like a maintenance fee. And apparently landlords are allowed to charge you guys like a gross sales tax that like they get charged based on your sales. I have to report to the landlord every year by month, my gross receipts annually. And apparently if it's like a certain number, like he's entitled to a part of that or something. Super weird. And
maybe we got a lawyer friend watching that.
Well, I know I've hired a lawyer to look at the lease, but what I'm afraid of is they're going to be like, yeah, I wouldn't sign that. And I'm going to go back to them and be like, yeah, I don't want to do this. And they're going to be like, I don't care. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just not in a good position to negotiate some of that stuff. Now, there is something on there that I think I can negotiate, and that is about signage. They have something written in the lease that says, I cannot put signs up or any advertisements on my windows or doors. I'm like, I was planning on like wrapping my windows and doors with like a lot of stuff. And I understand sometimes like in these like highfalutin neighborhoods, where you have like really fancy strip malls that have sort of like a deed restricted neighborhood, they don't want anything like unsightly on the windows, or everything has to be like, your shutters have to be black and that kind of thing. But this is not one of those areas, where that's a thing. Yeah. And my neighbors are like a nail salon and a vitamin shop. Like I can't imagine, I don't recall, but I can't imagine they don't have signage in their windows. Like what retail space doesn't have like, we're open now, or these are our hours, or, hey, we're having a sale. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah. Someone pushed back on some of that stuff, but like, I just, I'm worried because I don't want them to be like, never mind.
Well, and you have to wonder, like, how much of this is just a generic template that they just use for all neighborhoods. And when you go back, they're just like, oh, we just have that in there for this neighborhood, this whatever.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I'm sure it's boilerplate and they haven't, I can strike through a few things, and hopefully that's the case. And hopefully it's not, something where they're just I don't want to irritate them. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Because I know when I was at Shred, there was a facility we could not put any signage out because it was in this one area of town.
Yeah. I mean, there's a pawn shop right next door to my place. And then there's like a sex toy shop like 3 doors down. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can put shit in the, in the windows. I can't put anything on the lawn, in the little island section, like on the highway. And I get that. And I'm not going to put one of these, these guys on the island or anything, although I would like to, maybe for opening weekend, but it's going to be tasteful stuff. I'm not going to mess up the joint. So we'll see, but I'm very excited, like super excited, like really excited.
So cool.
It's gonna be great. And then I'll turn around and in 20 seconds, I'll be like crying because so much money. And what am I doing? And oh my God, 5 a.m. What? Yeah. It's gonna be good.
Crazy, fun, exciting, nerve-wracking, every emotion under the sun.
All those things. So yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I think it would be really cool is if during your grand opening we could do a live podcast.
Oh, that would be cool.
That'd be real cool.
I think what we're gonna do is I'm probably gonna do like an open house, like not on the first day that I open, but maybe like the weekend before, because I'm probably gonna start like on a Monday morning. But I think I will do some kind of an open house thing on like the Saturday before, with maybe like one group class, like a body weight, something or other that anyone can do. But yeah, for sure. That'd be so cool.
So I already have names in my head to think about to invite to your gym to interview for the live podcast at your grand opening.
Who? Are they local people or do I have to fly everybody in?
Well, I don't want to like throw it out there and then like them see this and think, and I haven't talked to them yet, but.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me.
Keep it under wraps.
Yeah. Text me.
If I get, first I need to know what weekend to ask them to come.
Good point. Valid point. I understand.
And then, but there's some people kind of in your vicinity that I think I've become friends with that I could ask to come.
Love. Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
So what else is happening?
I don't know.
Did you see we made the definitive podcast list on Morning Chalk Up?
No.
What does that mean?
Yeah. What does that mean?
So they put out a list of definitive CrossFit podcasts that we are listed in if you want to know about the CrossFit Games and the sports season, we are one to listen to.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have thoughts, but we do. At least run the list.
Yeah, we do talk about the CrossFit season and the CrossFit Games.
Yep.
Quite a bit. Among other things. We talk about a lot of other things.
Yeah, and we've had guests such as Matt Chan and Emily Rolfe.
Yes, we have.
Yes, that's accurate. We have.
That was what they said.
Among others, but yes.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, we've had Sam Briggs, we've had Dave Castro.
I know Dave Castro.
Yeah. Right.
Ben Smith, a couple champions in there.
Never heard of him. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, well.
Not that I don't love Matt and Emily. They are awesome.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But if I look through our list, I'm like.
I DM'd Caroline Lambre about the romantic partner comment that was written on. I think Emily Beers may have written the written that article about Jeff Adler.
Yeah.
But it
Morning
was like,
pickup.
yeah, but I think I sent it to you guys. It was like Jeff Adler and his romantic partner and coach, Carolyn Lambre. I said to her, I'm like, romantic partner, is that like, isn't that aren't you engaged? And she's like, she did like one of these emojis. She's like, I don't know. I don't know why they did that. But it was funny.
She is hilarious.
Yeah, she's great.
She's so
They're both
full of
great.
energy. I was running somewhere and she just happened to be like standing along the side.
Oh, physically running? Okay.
Yeah, I was running with my backpack
Okay.
to catch my cameraman.
Yeah, okay, yeah, got it.
And like she was on the side and she like gave me this like shove, punch, push thing. Like, so good to see you, as I'm like flying by.
Yeah.
See, Amy just thought you were like going
out for a run with your backpack.
Out for a run.
Yeah.
That's why I questioned it, because it didn't seem right.
Yeah, no. And my definition of run probably was just a brisk walk.
Moving quickly.
Yeah. Because those batteries are heavy.
Yeah. Have you recovered from Rogue?
Yeah. Like it was a fun weekend and like just cool things happened. Like getting to meet the new owner of Strongman. Like I never thought that would be something that would happen. Just waiting for an Uber and chit-chatting with a person and boom.
Yeah.
That's
and he's actually going to be our next guest on Monday. Because I interviewed him last week.
You heard it here first.
And he bought Strongman 5 days before Rogue.
Oh.
And his business partner is the world's strongest gay, who is the first openly gay strongman.
Okay.
Rob Kearney, and he is awesome. He is such a cool dude. I'm
hoping he gives himself that label.
That is his handle on Instagram.
Yes, Amy's checking. That's good call.
Yep, that is his handle on Instagram. That's what he goes by. They announce it when he comes out on the field. World's strongest gay. Like he embraces it. His coach is his husband.
Oh wow!
And he is hilarious. Like just a super funny guy. He has a mohawk, and it is perfect. Like it is so perfect. We were back on where they were getting the cowboy hats and everything, and then from there they went up to do their interviews for the documentaries and things. And he's like, I can't get the hat yet. If I'm doing the interview, my mohawk has to be perfect.
Oh, that's funny. You didn't want to try him on.
Yeah.
Super great.
So, but yeah, cool. And they want to work with us going forward. So cool. It may actually give us some exclusive strongman content coming up, which we are just fitness and friends. So
right.
If we expand our
I enjoyed watching that stuff. It was neat to see. It made me want to try some of it, like the bag over the very tall pole thing that the women were doing. I think I'd be really good at that. Probably not, but I feel like I would be.
I feel like you could be. Yeah. I just was shaking the head for no for me. That's a no
I got
for
some
me.
hip drive. I feel like
I don't.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to try it, right?
Yeah. Did you try any of that stuff, Scott?
I didn't.
You're out there? No.
So I didn't get to go to the record breakers.
Okay.
My cameraman went out there, and then that's when I had to reload everything. I was up in the press box getting all the equipment. But yeah. So he actually, I don't want to say anything yet because we're not done negotiating everything, but we could have some pretty cool exclusive strongman content coming up. And I think they have a lot of the same problems that CrossFit has, like a definitive season, like getting their people known. And I think that's what this guy is trying to do. And you'll kind of hear that in the interview coming on Monday. It's really interesting how they parallel.
We should catch up on Charlie did a comp.
Is Charlie here? I haven't heard a voice. I see a black box.
Charlie Odie does more comps than he does workouts.
Classes.
Yeah. If he was on here listening, then he could respond to us, but Yes, he's not, or somebody's screaming at his house, so he can't respond.
So we can say that my
Oh, here
favorite
we go.
Charlie.
What's up,
Me?
Charles? Yeah.
You must be in the car.
I am.
Tell us about
Gotta
your
look.
comp.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
When you are a superb athlete like myself, you just don't need to go like work out on a normal basis,
Okay.
train, do things like that. You just show up and show out is basically what happens.
So can I
And,
ask this, sir?
What's that?
Can I ask you a question then?
Absolutely.
Then why do we always get confessional, Charlie, an hour after every competition?
Because usually what happens is I have an out-of-body experience that happens somewhere in between the first going out hot and staying out hot on the second event that I'm not really sure who's out there, but it's something impressive to watch.
Oh, it's like your superhero side.
Yeah, it's like my alter ego.
Yeah.
He
So if
thinks he's
I
good.
remember the footage from last year's Gobbler Games,
You do remember that. You
if
don't
I
forget.
remember it correctly, your pull-up form, I don't think is taught in any CrossFit box
It
in
is
the
not,
world.
but neither was the butterfly. But here we are now. In 5 years, when you see it, you'll go, "Oh, I'm like the Carl Pioli of pull-ups." I don't know how that relates, but still.
Because I
So
put that
we,
up there. I put that up there with Amy's Around the World Toes to Rings.
Yeah.
Like those are two of my favorite videos of all time.
Yeah.
We
At
are
least
what
yours
you like
wasn't
to call-
broadcast on like a stream.
No, not at all. We're what you like to call innovators, tastemakers, if you will. We just, like I said, we show up and we show out.
Is there anything for Dex to review from this last weekend? Do we have any video footage that we could share?
I do not believe so. There is a still of a fantastic deadlift.
I'm sure you could say something about that.
My hips are through, so there's that.
Speaking of Dex, due date was yesterday,
Wait,
but I saw a
They're
post
having
from
another
Maryland
girl,
today,
right?
and she still was pregnant. So
yeah,
what's that?
they're having another girl, right?
Yes.
I think they are. Yeah. I'm trying to get Dex to come to the Green Beret project
Awesome.
thing. I'm actually trying to get him to compete. Like put a team together for it. I think that would be really cool.
Speaking of, I wonder how he's going to be able to train with having this new baby.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I guess they figure it out, huh?
Well, if he needs a guy partner for that comp, you just tell him to let me know.
Oh yeah, you could do that. I know all the workouts. I could send them to you, Charlie. You'd be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Is it push-ups on top of push-ups?
There are no push-ups. Sorry.
Strict
Oh,
pull-ups.
Well, bench,
No bench.
Oh yeah. Ugh.
strict press.
No. There's
This
Okay.
comp
dumbbell
sounds
shoulder,
terrible.
dumbbell shoulder to overhead. There's axle bar deadlifts,
That takes mobility.
hang
Yeah.
cleans, toaster
Yeah.
bar,
Hang cleans, he's fine. But
rope
the dumbbell,
climbs. Yeah.
Does it have to touch my body?
The rope.
What's the standard? What's the standard?
Yeah,
on
Wait,
it?
what are we talking about?
the head of the
Any of it.
dumbbell, I think.
Dumbbell, power clean.
The rope
It doesn't have
definitely
to
needs
touch
to
your
touch
body. Oh, I see. Like in the front rack, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm only the head judge. I can't tell you.
Oh, what a mess.
Well, speaking of competitions, I'm headed to MacFest this weekend. So I leave
Oh,
Friday
yeah.
morning. I'm doing their social media for the weekend. So I'm like official. I have access to their Instagram page. Wilson has done a great job of setting me up with all these graphics that are just ready to go. And I'm going to just go find the stories and post away. It's going to be fun.
I'd love to have Wilson on here.
Yeah, we should.
I think he has a unique perspective on a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think he'd be a great guest.
They're going to be doing, I know 12 Labors is doing something with regard to the Special Olympics in January. So maybe there would be an opportunity to bring him on after this weekend, obviously, because he's got his hands full. But yeah, we should.
That's who I met, right? In the affiliate lounge. I liked him.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good guy. We like him too.
Awesome guy. Did you see
So that'll
what
be fun.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that'd be awesome.
And I'm staying with my friend Todd for the weekend. Like Todd's
Todd.
competing.
Todd,
Yes,
the guy
yes.
Yeah.
The brother of your friend.
Yeah.
Wolfram.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was funny. I told him, I said, I'm coming Friday night. And he's like, the comp's Saturday and Sunday. I was like, I know, but I have to be there on Friday. Is that okay? Can I stay at your house Friday night and Saturday night? He's like, yeah, sure. But he has a dog named Brownie. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Give him a dog fix. Okay, next topic. Sorry.
Speaking of dogs, this foam on my microphone, Walter loves it now. And he comes down to the basement and he gets up on the chair and he bites it off and then brings it up to me.
Oh, isn't that nice?
That's so helpful.
He's like, Dad, I brought you a present.
Yeah. Yeah, that, and he has learned to unroll the toilet paper.
Nice. Solid move.
So now we got to keep the bathroom door shut.
You look so much like your daughter.
Oh, don't I though? Or she looks like me, yeah.
Yeah. But right now you look young like
right now.
Your daughter, yeah. But that was an awesome video that you did.
It was cute.
Yeah.
We got her. Yeah.
You did.
So you got her car for her.
Yeah. So she turned 16 back in June, and next month she can drive like on her own. And, we helped her brother get a vehicle when he was around this age too. So, you set that expectation with the siblings, right? Like you do it for one, you have to do it for the other. So, but she's just so sweet. Like she's been really diligently shopping and like trying to find bargain cars, and like I'll show her one. She's like, oh, that one's too expensive. No, you shouldn't, she's way different than her brother in terms of that kind of thing. So she deserves it. She's a great kid. Yeah. And anyway, we surprised her, and it's on my Instagram page, the little video. Chris told her that I was up in Philly getting gym equipment with my friend Colleen, with Colleen's truck. And that because my car was home, right? And I was not with her car. So we had it all planned out. And I got home and she comes downstairs and I said, I need you to help me unload some stuff from the truck into the gym. And she's like, oh, do I have to, and she's like trudging out to the garage. So yeah, we got her good.
I love it.
She was so happy last night too. She just had like a smile on her face all night. She's like, I'm just so happy. She's cute. She's a good kid.
Yeah. Did you guys see where TYR is moving into the CrossFit space? They are a swimming apparel brand.
They're gobbling up all kinds of athletes.
Yeah, Emma and Noah and.
Well, Travis Mayer was one of the first athletes for them to sponsor, but yeah, everybody's jumping on board. Well, the nice thing is they can, because they sell stuff that Rogue doesn't sell and Noble doesn't sell, and like all those other big names. So there's like space for them, which is great.
Yeah, it's weird because in my whole swimming career, I never bought any of their stuff.
Oh, you didn't?
Like I was like an Arena or a Speedo. And then I wore the Matt Biondi goggles, which really don't even have a name. Like I was never like that. I never bought any of their stuff.
Is it Tire? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's how I've always known it, is Tire.
Yep. I mean, good for them. They're smart to get into this space. They've realized that there's some huge consumer value in being in the CrossFit space. And like I said, there's really no overlap with anybody. They're the only game in town when it comes to that stuff. So good for them.
Yeah, I just couldn't. They have like really been aggressive about the athletes they're signing.
Yeah.
Because it's like 8 or 9 now already.
Well,
For
because you
them.
figure it's probably only a matter of time before some other swimming apparel company jumps in the space. And if they've got a lion's share of the athletes, they're going to stay on top.
Yeah, and I know that Noble is trying to do a swimming
Yeah.
thing, and Reebok did some swimming, but they don't know that space.
No.
They're just so yeah. That's pretty cool. I do have a couple questions that I had written down from last week. If we want to
Okay.
do a couple questions before we get out of here. First one is, what was your first online screen name?
Ooh.
No clue.
So
I
I will
think
go
it's-
first.
Go ahead.
Mine was Senior Queso 53. Because in previous episodes, you learned that my nickname as a kid was Cheese. And so I Spanish Mr. Cheese 53. And that was my football number.
That's funny. Mine was Kathy Cakes. And it
Always?
was, yeah, I mean, that was given to me when I was like 24. Right around the time when, I didn't have like a MySpace or anything. So yeah, Kathy Cakes
I
at
did.
AOL, that was my email address. So, that was the first like email address I had that, yeah. Yeah. And up until like a year ago, that was my Instagram handle too. And I'm pretty sure it's still my Twitter handle, but yeah, Kathy Cakes.
I did have a MySpace account. I think it was just your name. I don't even remember how that worked. But I've always had Team Rudy on anything with,
And still.
that's just how I am. So here's how I got to that. Scott's nickname growing up was always Rudy because of Radowski.
Mhm.
And so when we would be at a group function or something, and I was trying to get our family to go, I was like, let's go, Team Rudy, let's go. So Team Rudy, there we are.
I like it.
Charlie?
Pretty sure mine was something like People's Champ.
What'd you say? Sexual chocolate? What? I missed that. You're breaking up.
So Charlie has hit a dead zone. I think he's trying to say the People's Champion.
Big
Sounds
rock
like
fan.
it.
Big rock fan.
Big rock fan.
And The Rock was the People's Champion. You said People's Champion?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you hit a dead zone there for a second.
I filled in for you. It's fine.
Yeah, it was good. Wait till you watch that.
He won't watch this.
I
You
know,
won't
he won't
watch it
watch
back. What are you talking about?
He's not gonna watch this.
I can still hear.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good.
That's good.
I know that my daughter when she used to cheer, she was on this team called the Divas. And I guess at a very young age, she had to, for whatever reason, have an email address, and her email handle was divaels@gmail.com. And that is still her email address. And she's like, Mom, how do I change my email address? Like, I do not want to be divaels anymore.
Right.
So I don't know how to do that, but she needs a new one.
All right. Second question is, would you let aliens beam you up?
100%.
And do what to you?
Yeah.
1,000%.
Explain what beam you up means.
Yes. I need no explanation. Yes. My answer is yes.
Miss Curious would have to know.
Yeah. I'd want to take over.
So my personality would say I need to see Kat do it first, and then if she comes back, I'm totally interested. But I won't.
I'll bring you. Yeah, I'll grab you, Aim.
Charlie?
I don't think so. I'd have to see a bunch of other people do it first. And then maybe I think about it and then not do it.
I'm
So
going to
just
bring
like the
that back
vaccine?
up to. Yeah, I was just about to.
I'd go up there and say, listen, guys, I can only do this for a day. This is how I do things.
Okay. What about
So
you, Scott?
you're only going to do day 1 of alien exploration,
Exactly.
and you can't get to day 2.
Exactly. Sorry, guys. I got to go.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go.
No.
I'd want to know, but
Yeah, see, curiosity killed the cat.
Ooh.
so
That's
I
the
would
truth.
wait till our next episode when Kat and Amy told me what happened,
Right.
and then just live vicariously through them.
Yeah. Hey, before we go, can we do a quick poll on the rig location, please? So freestanding rig, wall mounted rig.
I was like freestanding.
I like freestanding.
I have enough space to put a freestanding rig about 6 feet off of one wall, so that you can have all the pull-up bars and all the squat stations and still have a wall, right? Because you can program pull-ups and handstand push-ups in one workout and not have it be an EMOM where you have to, shuffle everybody in and out.
Yeah, it'll give you more pull-up space or whatever space.
Right.
It would be cutting that whole half off.
If there's room, right? If there's no, I don't love the tiny boxes that have like the freestanding rig in the middle with like a thing of turf and like no space anywhere else. Because the uprights I'm getting are only 9 feet. They're not 12 feet. So it's going to feel a little, like it's not like people are going to be able to walk right through it. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a wall mount initially,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't like it.
Okay.
Um,
Oh.
That's what he's telling me. He wants attention. He paws me in the face.
So cute.
but yeah, so I'm all about the center mount.
I'd like our listeners to weigh in, please, at some point in time in the comments below.
All right, I'll put it up as a poll question on IG
Oh,
too,
cool.
with our other 2 questions,
Okay, thank you.
and get you feedback.
Yay.
With that, that's been our live episode.
Yay.
Yay.
It was this last week we had all the news.
Yeah.
This week was pretty light.
Not so much news.
We have personal news.
Yeah.
So, all right. I also want to put a poll question to our listeners if we should take time off at the holidays. Last year, our listenership dipped considerably during the Christmas week and the week of New Year's. And so if it's okay, I think that'd be a good time for us all to get recharged and come back better than ever in the new year. And it'll be able for us to like do some things and get some stuff set up. But I'm going to put it out there as a poll question.
I like it.
Yes or no, 2 weeks off, dead air on the podcast for 2 weeks. There it is.
Sounds good. Okay, we'll see what they say.
Don't forget to like.
Oh, yeah. RX Smart Gear, our title sponsor, we forgot to mention, use the code Clydesdale15. They just ran a super deal over the weekend. I hope you didn't miss it, where they were giving out 15% off their new air mat and the air box. And I know that they run some pretty aggressive Black Friday, Christmas sales, holiday sales. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't have their email newsletter, make sure you get it, because this is the time that they really get aggressive with the sales. And you can use our code Clydesdale15, all caps, at checkout to get 15% off anything you buy in the store. Also, Element 26, they just got the Rip Fix back in stock. And it goes really quick because it is that medical grade super glue that goes right over top of the wound, so that in 60 seconds you can jump back up on the bar and keep going.
For all you crazies out there.
Yes. Like Amy and Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
So with that,
Sweet.
Thank you to our sponsors. They are always awesome. And with that, we'll see you next time on the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends.